regular meeting. I will call this meeting to order and ask you to stand and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Larson, would you please call roll?
Shack. Here. Wilburn.
Here.
Calvert.
Here.
Rameli.
Here.
Foster Bolton.
Here.
Wearsome.
We have kind of an empty day tonight. There are a couple of who are remote.
Mayor? Excuse me.
Yeah.
We're having a hard time hearing you. You're breaking up some.
Okay, that's not good. Let's see. Let me try a second. Better? Is it better?
Much better.
All right, then I will forget.
Now you're freezing up.
Say that again.
You're
Yeah.
freezing up. You just have bad reception there.
All right, I'm not hearing. So let me see here.
Sounds like they're going to try to.
Ben, how are we doing? Do you have any suggestions?
I think they're trying to fix the technical
Go ahead and try
difficulties, Mayor.
rejoin, please. Mayor, go ahead and try to rejoin.
Ben, can you hear me, or is it not working?
I can hear you, but it's still choppy. So go ahead and try to rejoin,
I'm not hearing
please.
you either. So I'm wondering if I should move my location and hope for a better internet reception.
He said to try to rejoin, Mayor. So maybe you can just try to get out and then come back in, because we're hearing you right now. There.
Okay, can anyone hear me now?
Yes, much better.
Okay, we're gonna try that and see if it works. I'm sorry, and if not, if I have to hand this off to Acting Mayor Wilburn, we will do that. But anyway, so let's see. We did roll call, correct? So is approval of the agenda. I see no addendum. Mr. Funk.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. There is no addenda for this evening, so the agenda stands for your presentation and approval.
Thank you, Mr. Funk. So, Council, is there a motion? Councilmember Calvert.
Thank you, Mayor. I move approval of the agenda.
I'll second Councilmember Wilburn.
Is there a second? All right, thank you, Councilmember Wilburn. So we've got a motion by second by Councilmember Wilburn. Ms. Larson, please call roll.
Shack.
Yes.
Wilburn.
Yes.
Calvert.
Yes.
Rameli.
Yes.
Foster Bolton.
Yes.
Wearsome.
Yes, motion carries. Next item is approval of minutes, and we have one set of minutes. They are the February 10th, 2025 regular meeting minutes. Is there a motion or comments? Councilmember Rameli.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll make the motion.
Excuse me.
I'll make the
And-
motion to
and
approve the
Councilmember-
minutes.
Very good. And Councilmember Wilburn, I think I stepped on you. So if you'll do the second, I'd appreciate it.
I second.
All right, we've got a motion by Councilmember Rameli, a second by Councilmember Wilburn. Ms. Larson, please call roll.
Shack.
Yes.
Wilburn.
Yes.
Calvert.
Yes.
Rameli.
Yes.
Foster Bolton.
Yes.
Wearsome.
Yes, motion carries. The next item is the retirement recognition of Sergeant Alan Ringate, and I will read that. So that is under special matters. And Sergeant Alan Ringate started his law enforcement career in the city of Mound before joining the Minnetonka Police Department on January 10th, 1999. Over the past 26 years, he's made a lasting impact through his hard work, dedication, and the many different roles he's taken on. Early in his career, Sergeant Ringate demonstrated exceptional leadership and dedication, becoming a field training officer just 1 year into his tenure. In this role, he helped to guide and shape numerous new officers. His commitment to excellence also led him to serve as both a use of force and firearms instructor, positions he's held for many years. Additionally, Sergeant Ringate's expertise and skills extended to the department's Special Weapons and Tactics SWAT team, where he served for 5.5 years. He specialized as both an entry team member and a sniper, showcasing his professionalism and an ability to handle high-pressure situations. In addition to these roles, Sergeant Ringate served as the longtime coordinator of the department's intern program. His mentorship helped shape the next generation of law enforcement professionals, providing invaluable guidance and insight to young individuals starting their careers. In 2005, Sergeant Ringate became a case investigator, applying his meticulous attention to detail to complex cases. 2 years later, he was promoted to sergeant, a role in which he successfully supervised both patrol and investigative teams, earning the respect of his peers and subordinates alike. Beyond his regular duties, Sergeant Ringate served as the union steward for both officers and sergeants, advocating for his colleagues and ensuring their voices were heard. Sergeant Ringate's hard work and dedication didn't go unnoticed. In 2017, he was honored as the Glen Lake Officer of the Year, a recognition of his exceptional service and contributions to the community. Among the many other highlights of his career, one of Sergeant Ringate's most memorable experiences was his participation in the 2020 presidential inauguration security detail in Washington, D.C., a testament to his dedication and to his skill at the national level. Sergeant Ringate's career has been marked by his boundless energy and enthusiasm, his unwavering commitment to doing the job right, and his adherence to policy and standards. His active presence and meticulous work ethic has set an example for all who served alongside him. After more than 26 years of dedicated service to the city of Minnetonka, Sergeant Ringate will officially retire on February 27, 2025. His legacy of professionalism, leadership, and dedication will be remembered for years to come. Thank you, Sergeant Ringate, for your extraordinary service and commitment. Best wishes to you for a well-earned and fulfilling retirement. So, Sergeant Ringate, thank you. I think we should all give you a round of applause. And I want to thank you. And I just learned that my audio is now good, so I'm much relieved about that. But Council, would anyone like to offer any comments and thank Sergeant Ringate for his excellent service to our city? Councilmember Rameli.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to take a moment to thank you for all of your work, including, especially as somebody who is a teacher, your mentorship of interns and others entering the profession. That's so important and has done so much for our community. To me, I don't know you very well, except to say hello personally, but since I'm a new member, but the list of your accomplishments and contributions really describes someone who has gone above and beyond in serving our community, both as an officer of the peace and also just a true public servant. It also describes someone who has steadfastly served our country at the 2020 presidential inauguration, where you helped ensure the legitimate and peaceful transfer of power at a perilous moment in our country's history. You have faithfully kept your oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States, the rule of law, and the well-being of our community. So I just wanted to take a moment as a council member to thank you for that service and for being a shining example to other police officers in Minnetonka and also beyond. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Romali. And are there, Deb, Councilmember Calvert, you would like to speak too, please?
Thank you, Mayor. And I just want to say that Councilmember Romali just captured my sentiments to the T. So thank you for articulating everything that I was thinking. And thank you so much, Sergeant Ringate, for your service. It's very humbling, and we are so lucky to have people like you on our police force. So thank you for all your years of service.
Thank you.
Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Calvert. And then, yes, Councilmember Shack.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll keep it brief, but I will just echo my colleagues and also indicate that, you know, whenever we have these retirements, it's a testament to the department at how long people stick around and how skilled they are. And it's mentors like you that inspire the younger officers to also stick around and to take on extra work and training. And so we really appreciate it. We're going to miss you, but I think we're in capable hands.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Shack. And Council, anyone else? Otherwise, Sergeant Ringate, I think you may want to say a few words, and I'll wrap it up when we get done. But if you would like to say a few words, please step to the podium, and we'd like to hear from you. And if you would prefer not to, you don't feel obligated.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a couple things here. Try and get through this. All right, so to get started, I'd like to thank the members of the City Council for providing me this formal opportunity to recognize my career with Minnetonka. I would also like to express my gratitude to everyone that took the time out of their busy day to be here with us today. I would also like to take the time to especially thank my family for their love and support over the course of my career. Unfortunately, there were many missed birthdays. Whew. I knew this was going to happen. Happens to everybody up here. Holidays and special occasions over the 29 years as a police officer. As some of you know, I started my career with Mound, as the mayor mentioned. After several years of being there, I had the opportunity to come here to Minnetonka, where I soon discovered it was everything I was looking for. I knew I would likely never leave. To everyone I work with in Minnetonka, you will greatly be missed. You work for an extraordinary organization. Here's what I'm really going to miss. My brothers and sisters at the police department. Whew. I pass my torch to you, and I want you to take care and stay safe. And that's what I have. So thank you very much for everybody for coming, and Godspeed.
Sergeant Ringate, thank you. And I'll just add thank you all, and thank you all for recognizing Ringate. And I just want to add, I really am sorry that I can't be there physically, and I regret that, because saying thank you to our officers and saying thank you to you, Sergeant Ringate, for your outstanding service and all the things that you've meant to this city. I feel badly that I'm not there personally, but I'm not, and I'm glad that your fellow officers are with you tonight, and the whole city salutes you for your outstanding service. It's been a privilege to know you over the years, and I wish you a very happy and successful retirement, and maybe you can get over to Excelsior to help your brother as mayor of the city of Excelsior. So congratulations to your family on his serving in that role as well. But Sergeant Ringate, thank you so much. It's just been a pleasure to know you and to work with you, and don't be a stranger. Hope to see you in the future.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Being short. And on behalf of the council and the city of Minnetonka, I just wanted to also repeat our thanks for your years of service and dedication for the city of Minnetonka, and present to you this frame, and it says on the back, "This wood was reclaimed from a majestic American elm tree at Minnetonka Mills Park."
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant Ringate, and thank you so much, Councilmember Wilburn, for filling me in for me. So I appreciate it. Thank you. So the next item on the agenda is recognition of the 2024 Police Academy graduates, and I'm going to turn this over to Chief Borboom for this presentation. But I think it's I want to thank all of the Police Academy graduates for your participation and involvement. And I know that our Police Academy and our Citizens Academy are very valuable to our residents, but they also are great starting places for people who are interested in getting more involved in the city and perhaps even taking on leadership roles in the city. The academies are outstanding. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chief Borboom. Chief.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the City Council, and any guest. Tonight, we have the privilege of recognizing the graduates of our 8th Biennial Police Academy, who successfully completed the program in November of 2024. Over the course of 9 weeks, 35 dedicated individuals committed 3 hours each night to gaining a deeper understanding of law enforcement and how our police department serves this community. Their dedication reflects a true investment in public safety and a commitment to strengthening the relationship between the police and the people we serve. Community engagement is the foundation of trust and legitimacy in policing. Without it, we cannot effectively serve and protect. That is why our department conducts over 200 community engagement events every year. But this academy is, without a doubt, the most important. It is our opportunity to provide an inside look at policing, how and why we do what we do, while also listening to your concerns, answering your questions, and building a stronger relationship with the people we serve. Throughout this program, graduates had the chance to learn about the different aspects of police work, guided by officers, supervisors, and civilian personnel who are passionate about their roles. More importantly, they gained insight into the complex decisions officers must make each day, allowing them to form informed perspectives on police activity and public safety. This exchange of knowledge is invaluable, not only for them, but for us as well. Their input helps us better understand the community's concerns, and that dialogue strengthens our partnership. This true success of this program lies not just in what these graduates have learned, but in how they will carry it forward. Each of them is now an ambassador for their community, with a greater understanding of law enforcement and the challenges we face. We encourage them to share this knowledge, keep the conversation going, and continue working with us to make the city safer and stronger for everyone. On behalf of this entire department, I want to thank our Academy graduates for their time, their commitment, and their willingness to engage in this process. This has been a two-way learning experience, and we appreciate every question, every discussion, and every moment spent together. Congratulations again on this achievement, and thank you for your dedication to our community. And upon our graduation night, we did have a program where we recognized the graduates and provided them with some swag. So with that, Mayor, I will turn it back to you and the council.
Chief, thanks very much. And thank you to all the participants. I know that not everyone could be here tonight, but thank you so much for your participation. I hope you found it as valuable as the city does in having you participate. And who knows where our paths will cross in the future, but thank you so much for your participation and the commitment of the time that you put in to complete this curriculum. So thank you again. So the next item on the agenda is reports from the city manager and council members. And maybe I'm jumping ahead here a little bit. Thank you all. So again, next item on the agenda is reports from the city manager and council members. And thank you, Chief, for your presentation. So I'll turn it over to Mr. Funk for his report, and then council members, anything that you have to report.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Good evening.
Mr. Funk.
Oh, sorry about that, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I hope everyone had a good weekend. It was nice to get a reprieve from our temperatures the last few weeks, and it was a nice weekend. I only lead up to that by saying our ice rinks are now closed, because if you look at the forecast, we're expecting 40s and maybe some 50s coming up in the next few weeks, but the ice rinks are closed for the season. Next thing I have for you is our summer brochure is coming out, and so that's always exciting. This year we do have a new offering called Camp Hoptonga. Is a series of weekly themed camps for youth ages 7 to 12. And I know, Council, you've talked about looking at more youth opportunities, so we have some new programming this year that hit ages 7 to 12. It involves multiple field trips, outdoor activities, sports, creative arts, team building, games, and more. So I really appreciate Mr. O'Day and his team for looking at additional programming this year. Also, be sure to check out our always popular Park Adventures program, another way for kids and youth to get involved with activities in their own neighborhood parks. So look out for those in your parks near you. And then general programming for those registration opens on Tuesday, March 4th. So I may mention this at our March 3rd meeting again. The brochure can be found online. Speaking of services, I want to mention senior services, and they have a winter day hike to Jadana. It's a 2-mile round trip hike that takes you from the Minnetonka Community Center to Jadana and back. There will be a lunch and a campfire, and that's this Wednesday, February 26th from 11 to 1 o'clock p.m. Then also want to mention that this week city staff are meeting with our legislators, and so we are meeting with our legislators to talk about our bonding bill proposals. So we'll have our legislative contingency on campus here later in the week, and so we're excited as staff just to really talk through those projects with them. And then Council, as you know, we do have City Day on the Hill coming up. That is a week from this Thursday, and you'll have an opportunity to visit with our legislators at that time as well. A couple updates on our work groups. So we do have our dog work group that you're aware of. They have now met twice of 3 meetings. Their next meeting is scheduled in March. It's moving along as expected, and so after their 3rd meeting in March, they will have a conversation with the park board, and then council, you'll expect to hear a report and recommendations coming to you in early May. And then the zoning work group has their first meeting this Wednesday. So that group is it's formed, as you know, and they are meeting again this week for the first time. And then while we just recognize our Police Academy members, the last thing I have for you this evening is that starting tomorrow night and for several Tuesdays in the next 5 weeks, we have our Minnetonka Annual Academy starting. So our version of the Citizens Academy is starting tomorrow night. Again, that'll be 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock the next 5 Tuesdays. They start with admin tomorrow, so we'll make sure we wow them out the gates, and then we'll turn them over to the rest of our departments. So with that, Mayor and Council, turn it back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Funk. Council members, anything that you would like to report? Councilmember Calvert.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll try to keep it brief. I just wanted to mention that I did go to an event at the Sabis Jewish Community Center in St. Louis Park in support of the Israeli hostages. It was very moving. And it was the day that the Israeli government found out that the body of Shiri Bibas actually wasn't her. So, just very emotional, and I was very happy to support the community that was assembled there, and it was very well attended. And I also just wanted to acknowledge a very, very somber anniversary. This is the anniversary of Russia's brutal invasion and occupation of Ukraine. And I just wanted to make sure that we acknowledge that. And I just want to say for myself personally, I stand with the people of Ukraine.
Thank you, Councilmember Calvert. Other council members?
Mayor?
Councilmember Shack. Yep.
Thank you, Mayor. I, along with the folks that are in here tonight, attended the Minnesota League of Cities annual conference, and it was very well done this year. We talked about some HR practices, which I think was really useful about engaging with employees and our roles, and I thought that was informative and good information. And also we got a much more in-depth presentation regarding communicating and interacting between generations, which we had the fortune of having that speaker with us for the boards and commissions dinner, but this was an extended version of that presentation, and I really got a lot out of it. So I always do a good job with that, and I think it was really relevant to our work this year.
Excellent. And other Councilmember Rameli.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I didn't know if Mike was going to mention this in his report, so I'm going to remind folks, if they haven't done it already, to sign up for organics recycling. If you're already getting it through another hauler, they probably came by like they did for mine and picked up your organics bin. But literally just Google organics recycling Minnetonka. It takes you 30 seconds to sign up. Let's really try to up our participation from the current somewhat low 10% of residents and try to see if we can't do that and help try to meet some of our climate action and adaptation plan goals. Secondly, I also wanted to obviously state my support for Ukraine and especially my support, sympathy, and solidarity with the Minnetonka residents in our community who are Ukrainian Americans or those we have welcomed as refugees on this anniversary of the unprovoked illegal invasion of Ukraine. This invasion was of a democratic country by Russia, a country that I lived in, and I do know to be an authoritarian dictatorship. I am proud of the Minnesota organizations that are supporting Ukraine, including Minnetonka's ICA, which is serving Ukrainian refugees who have come here with literally nothing. Another organization is the Protez Foundation, which has provided prosthetics for 400 Ukrainian soldiers and provided rehab for them here in Minnesota, and is also building clinics in Ukraine to do the same. Saturday, I was at an event at the Ukrainian Community Center in Minneapolis, where one of the speakers was Senator Amy Klobuchar, who I am proud to say has been a strong supporter of Ukraine, as well as Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey. So I thank the Minnetonka and Minnesota organizations who are helping in this effort to support small d democracy in Ukraine and across the world. And I also want to thank the soldiers who I got to meet and talk to at the event on Saturday. They and the Ukrainian people are struggling to preserve their country and small d democracy. So thank you, and to those residents in Minnetonka who are, are suffering, are refugees, or who have family there, our sympathy, my sympathy and support to you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Rameli. Is there any other reports from council members? I'm not seeing any hands, but I will just add, 3 years of war in Ukraine, it just boggles the mind. And I want to state firmly, and I have numerous times over the years, that I stand with Ukraine. I stand with a democratic country who has been an ally of the United States. And I stand with all of the Ukrainian people who are suffering. And I'm troubled by the lack of clarity on American policy in Ukraine, and I don't want to. I just want to. I'll just say simply, not try and avoid getting political, that I stand with Ukraine and I stand with the Ukrainian people, and the tragedy of what has happened there and the bravery of the people of Ukraine deserves our respect and support. And my support for Ukraine is unwavering. So I wanted to say that. And we can move on. Yeah, it's a challenging time now, and I really respect and feel for the people of Ukraine. So next item on the agenda, item 8, is citizens wishing to discuss matters not on the agenda. And so if there's anyone in the audience who would like to present something to the council that is not on the agenda tonight, please indicate that, and you will be recognized. Come to the podium, state your name and address, and share your concern. No action will be taken tonight, but we will listen to what you have to say, and then we will follow up, ask staff to follow up. So please, welcome, and please state your name and address.
My name is Tom Madden. I live at 19260 Lake Avenue in Deep Haven. I wanted to give the council a quick update on, I'm a small business owner in Minnetonka. I own an electronic cigarette company. I want to give a quick update as to where we stand with our licensing regarding cannabis. But before we do, I know a lot of the city council members know me, some don't, so I just want to give you a quick background. We've been in Minnetonka for 12 years. Through that time, I've come to the city council doing issues like when we were raising the nicotine age from 18 to 21, even though it hurt my business, I was for that raise of the age. We've always been very aggressive with our carding. We've been aggressive working with the police on various issues, and with the city. For another example, quickly over the years, when CBD was new and no one knew what it was, I gave the council a presentation to the members to inform them of the safeties of the products. And as we move forward, I will be, as I've always been, very involved with my business and with the city and with the police, making sure this product is safe. So with that in mind, I'm hearing from my lawyers that they're going to start issuing licenses and they're going to start approving licenses. We have applied for what's called a micro business license. The micro business license will allow us to have one retail store. The micro business also allows the holder to have an in-store smoking lounge. I want the city to know that we have no interest in having a smoking lounge. I don't think that's good for the community, good for my neighbors. It'd be my lawyer described it as a business that you can have 3 to 4 times more revenue than other parts of this business. But our mission statement with our business has always been to help the community live healthier lives. We have helped hundreds of people stop cigarettes over the years, and as we move forward into this new industry, we're going to keep that mission statement alive and well. So we have no interest in having anyone use our products, use these new products in our store area. In fact, the city council may want to think about having an ordinance not allowing that type of not allowing those type of lounges in the city. But according to my lawyer, this is the most popular license that's being applied because the OCM has given business owners the impression that this is the one they're going to allow most people to have. So that's the micro business, and we are in the process of applying. The process started on the 18th of February last week. It ends on March 14th. We're now being told from a call we were on last Thursday that they'll be issuing them sometime this spring. Once we get the license, then we get approval from the city. Once we get approval from the city, then the OCM will come in and they will do an inspection, making sure that we're all up to code. Then once all those pieces are in place, then we'll be able to sell the product. I've told the city about all the safeguards that we're going to have in this product. I'll just mention a few real quickly. One is called the Dutchie inventory system. It's used in other states. It's considered the standard. It follows the product from the time the seed is created to the time the product is sold and beyond. So for example, if we had a customer come in trying to buy the state limit and then go to another store, that person will be tracked and we can follow them. We can work with the police to make sure those kind of things don't happen. We already have the security systems in place. We've had them in for years. So we've also got HEPA filter systems in to get rid of the odors. And we had Kissy came to our store when I was here last time. I think it was a year ago, June, because it's been such an up and down ride with this process. I didn't want to waste the city council's time until we were close to the process. And we talked about all the issues, and I had answers for every one of her questions. But as we move forward, I just want to let the city know that, I'm going to be as serious going forward as I have been for the last 12 years in all our safety checks, with especially with the IDs, and especially with the product. And as far as consumption in my store, that's not going to happen whether I'm able to do it or not. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Madden. All right, is there anyone else who would like to comment on anything to the council, anything that is not on the agenda? Is there anyone? All right, seeing no one, we will move on. Next item on the agenda is bids and purchases. We have none of those tonight. Next item is the consent agenda, items requiring a majority vote, and we don't have any of those tonight, which is somewhat unusual. Item 11 is the consent agenda items requiring 5 votes, and we have one item, and 11A is the USPCA AKC Reunite 2025 K-9 grant. And again, on consent agenda items, what we do is we don't act on them individually. We read them into the record and vote on them all. Even though there is only one tonight, we vote on them in one motion and one action. Is there anyone who would like to pull this item? Or if no one would like to pull it, is there someone who'd like to make a motion on this item, the USPCA AKC Reunite 2025 K-9 grant? Councilmember Wilburn.
Thank you, Mayor. And I just wanted to comment just real quickly how much the council appreciates how the police department has been getting grants to cover expenses, and excited to see a new K-9 coming to the department. And I will make the motion to pass consent agenda item 11A.
Thank you. And is there a second?
I'll second,
Councilmember
Mayor.
O'Malley?
I'll second, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. And I think this is an exciting item. If any council members want to make a brief comment, they're welcome to. We just retired Duke, and I know I'm personally excited about moving forward with another K-9. I think they are vital to the work that our department does. So we've got a motion and a second. Ms. Larson, would you please call roll?
Shack.
Yes.
Wilburn.
Yes.
Calvert.
Yes.
Romalee.
Yes.
Foster Bolton.
Yes.
Wearsome.
Yes, motion carries. Item 12 is introduction of ordinances, and 12A is an ordinance making technical corrections to the city code. And Ms. Heine, we're not going to get too many more chances to do this, but that is your report.
Mayor and members of the council, this is an ordinance that removes obsolete cross-references from the city code. We have numerous cross-references to other state statutes, federal regulations, and so we went through, identified the ones that had been amended and where the citations were no longer correct, and also identified one section of the code where it incorporated 54 state criminal laws by reference, and determined that that entire section wasn't necessary because the state statutes are independently enforceable. So the ordinance before you tonight makes a number of corrections. As I said, they are mostly, well, they are all technical in nature, but given that you have a light agenda, if you would like me to go through them one by one, just let me know.
Ms. Heine, I very much appreciate your kind offer, and I don't want to assume anything on behalf of my fellow council members, but I think we're going to say that we could probably do that offline, and we have some questions we can reach out to you in the coming week or two. So, but council, any questions or comments for Ms. Heine on this item? Councilmember Calvert.
I just want to say, because we won't get too many bites of this apple for too much longer, but I just want to, it's just so, it's just quintessentially something that our wonderful city attorney would do, which is to just tie everything up in a nice, neat little bow and, fix these technicalities. So I just want to thank Ms. Heine for her great work on this and, for not leaving any sort of loose ends flapping around. And I'm sure her successor will be very grateful to you for that. And so are we. So thank you.
And any other questions or comments, council? Anyone? Otherwise, a motion is in order. And this is an introduction, so we're not deciding this today. It's an introduction, and it does come back to us. So, Councilmember Calvert.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to move the ordinance, introduce the ordinance, making technical corrections to the city code.
Thank you. And is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, we've got a motion by Councilmember Calvert and a second by Councilmember Wilburn. Ms. Larson, please call roll.
Shack,
Yes.
Wilburn,
Yes.
Calvert,
Yes.
Romalee,
Yes.
Foster Bolton,
Yes.
Weersum.
Yes, motion carries. So item 13 is public hearings, and we have none of those tonight. Item 14 is other business, and we don't have any other business tonight either. Item 15 is appointments and reappointments, and we have no appointments or reappointments tonight. So item 16 is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn? Councilmember Wilburn.
I move adjournment.
Excellent. And is there a second? Councilmember Calvert.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll second.
All right, we've got a motion by Councilmember Wilburn and a second by Councilmember Calvert. All in favor say aye.
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 And we have to
Mayor?
We
do a
are
roll
adjourned.
call.
Mayor,
Don't we have to do a roll call?
yes, we need a roll call vote because
Oh,
there are
that's
members.
right. We have remote members. How soon we forget. Okay, so we're not adjourned yet. We have a motion by Councilmember Wilburn and a second by Councilmember Calvert. Ms. Larson, please call roll.
Shack,
Yes.
Wilburn,
Yes.
Calvert,
I think she said. She's there. Deb, we didn't hear you.
Yes.
Romalee,
Yes.
Foster Bolton,
Yes.
Weersum.
Yes, motion carries. We are adjourned. I will tell you all that I am very much looking forward to being with you physically next Monday. Have a great week. Enjoy the warmer weather. And I'm really missing Minnetonka. I look forward to being back soon. Take care. Have a good night.